Good morning and welcome to Unity of Huntsville on this beautiful fall day. I'm Reverend Dean Isley and I'll be your song leader and providing the message today, which is titled, Living is a Creative Act. I'd also like to introduce Debbie Priest on keyboards today and Valerie doing the audio visual, which is going to have the song lyrics behind me as we get started. I'd like to bring your attention to the Christ candle. We light the Christ candle every Sunday before the service starts as a reminder that the Christ light is in each and every one of us all the time. And even when we forget, that light is still there. Please stand and join me as we sing our opening song, Unity on the Mountaintop, written by Barry Orth. Unity on the mountaintop, unity. Yeah, come on up to the mountaintop. Come on up, come on up. Know His presence and feel His love and unity on the mountain. Unity, that's for me on the mountaintop. Yeah, yeah, just one presence, His love expressed in unity on the mountain. Come on up, we won't let you down on the mountaintop. Unity. Unity on the mountaintop. Unity. Yeah, come on up to the mountaintop. Come on up, come on up. Know His presence and feel His love and unity on the mountain. Unity, that's for me on the mountaintop. Yeah, yeah, just one presence, His love expressed in unity on the mountain. Come on up, we won't let you down on the mountaintop. Unity. Come on up, we won't let you down on the mountaintop. Unity. And now, if you would, please greet your neighbor as we sing Weave. Please join me in affirming our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. And now we'll sing a song together, and you do not have to stand up, but if you'd like to, and you sing out better when you're standing up, or if you want to dance in the aisle, you're welcome to do it. We're going to sing God is My Source by Karen Drucker. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. And peace. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. One more. God gives me everything I need. It's good to see y'all this morning.
Good morning.
You sound so good out there. I invite you now just to take a deep breath. Forgetting about all of the things that happened that brought you to this moment right now, without a thought of what's to come later in the day. Just take a deep breath with me right now and relax and release, present to this moment, allowing your body to relax even more. Perhaps you need to adjust your posture. Just move to where it's comfortable, allowing your awareness to be right here and right now. And as your body relaxes, I invite you to perhaps close your outer eye as you allow your inner eye to open, aware of your thoughts. Without following them, we just see our thoughts and our feelings, knowing that they're there and allowing them to move on in the same way that they came, without any effort on our part, only seeing them, observing them, and accepting them for what they are. They are just thoughts and only feelings. We are the one who sees them. We are not these thoughts and feelings. We are spirit. We are always attached and in contact with the one presence and the one power in this universe we call God. There is nowhere that we can go where we lose this connection. We might forget, but that connection is still there. Becoming aware of this connection is as easy as finding the silent and still place within us. This place is also always available. It might be difficult to see because of the things that are going on around us, but with practice, we can always make the connection with Source that we're going to make this morning as we go closer to this silent and still place. This place where we know the presence of God. Let us go to that place together into the silence. It is out of the silence that Elijah heard God as a still small voice. And when he heard this, he knew what was his to do. We patiently open ourselves to receiving the guidance that we need from God. Not in our time, but in God's time. We patiently wait for our guidance. What is mine to do on my unique spiritual path? We are grateful that this silence is always available to us. Grateful that there's no place that we can go where God is not with us. Grateful for one another. For the uplifting presence that we feel when we gather together. We are grateful for the help that we receive from Spirit, our teacher within us, our comforter, so that we may remember the truth now and in every now moment, bringing us in contact, making the connection between our mind and our heart, comforted. We are grateful for life itself. This energy of God's love, this light that shines from the source of all love to us and through us right now, touching each cell of our body, with its rejuvenating life energy, sweeping away any obstruction to our wholeness, energizing our body with the zeal to do what is ours to do. We are grateful. Grateful. Not for anything, only this feeling, this knowing of gratitude. And so it is. Amen. I'd like to read for you the daily word today. It's really not loving. It is creative. The word of the day today is creative. And the affirmation is, the creative energy of spirit expresses through me. Stunning visual arts, inspirational music, a brilliant performance. These are all lovely examples of creativity, but they are by no means the only ones. Creativity is the very nature of life. From the most soaring, soul-inspiring instance to the mundane moments that fill daily life, creative acts abound. Creative activities are prayers in action, a continuation of divine activity in its infinite manifestations. Living is a creative act. It's the way I am in the world, the way I love, the way I relate to all others. Understanding it in this way, I see how I am using my thoughts, feelings, and imagination to create my experiences. I bring my divine gifts to life through my creativity. And the scripture is from Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion." The affirmation of the day is, the creative energy of spirit expresses through me. And the word of the day is creative. And the message comes directly from this daily word message. Living is a creative act. What does that mean? How does that have a benefit for me as I go through my daily life? Living is a creative act. I think it comes down to divine order. If you've been coming to Unity long, you know that divine order is the way we express the Trinity. Everything in this universe is divine mind, ideas in divine mind are their expressions. And I really should say and. Divine mind, the infinite potential, it's life, it's love. It is substance that has not formed yet. It is the substance behind everything. In Genesis it says at the beginning everything was formless and void. Divine mind. And then God said, we have this idea that's going to be spoken. The image that we're created in, it was from the scripture in the daily word message. That image is an idea in God's mind. And we, as human beings, are the expression of this image. And since we are in that same image, we have the same creative power, the same creative ability as God. Sure, it might be a much more limited form, but it is there. And that's why living is a creative act. I keep hearing this term as I read about that says God is a verb. And the first time I heard it, I thought God was a noun. You know, a being. But the more I really thought about this creative process, this ongoing creation that we participate in, and I read in John, that in the beginning was Word. Well, Word is a vibration. So I didn't finish with that divine order. It was mind of God, divine mind, divine idea, and expression. And we are that expression, and so the third part of the Trinity. And now, as being in the image of God, we have our mind. Don't think of it as your brain, though, because mind is more expansive. If you really want to try and put words on it, you can think of intellect, heart, body. Think of it as being centered in the solar plexus. All of these are working together as mind. In fact, we say that feelings are also taking place in this mind. So it's not just an idea or a thought. When we say thought, we're including feelings, because these thoughts that include feelings are creative. The ideas that we're holding in that consciousness are creative. They are attracting, this is the expressing end of our image, they are attracting into our life an experience that is in alignment with, in accord with, the thoughts and feelings that we hold. There's a statement that's often said in unity that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. It's just an easy thing to remember because it rhymes, right? So what I really want to do is to share with you how I've seen this in my life very recently. I was asked for prayer. I was asked to pray for this young man who came home from work to discover his house was empty, furniture, things. But what was most disturbing to him was his daughter was gone. I say his wife, but I use that term wife in a broad sense. The mother of the child had basically cleaned him out. He knew that she was seeing someone else, so that wasn't a surprise, but it really hurt that his daughter was gone. And so when I was asked to pray, I prayed for this young man, seeing the Christ light in him. I prayed for this child, seeing the Christ light in her, and knowing that her greatest good was being attracted to her right now. And I prayed for this mother, seeing the Christ in her. The very next day, I heard that she had called this young man to arrange to give him the child. The thoughts we hold in our mind, they do attract our experience. The most powerful thought we can hold is symbolized by lighting this Christ candle. It's seeing the good, seeing the divine in every single person we meet, even the ones that it's hardest to see it in. So let us together, I invite you now to go with me into what might be called another prayer. Let's open our inner eyes and see the Middle East. Let's see Palestine, and let's see the peace that is there. Because even in the middle of all of this stuff we hear in the news, peace is in the Middle East right now. Let us see the Christ light in all of those making decisions, and all of those who are doing what they think is best, and all of those who are being victimized by these decisions, by these actions, seeing the Christ light in them. Let's see the light, the life of God shining, coming through us and radiating out into the world, touching each and every one of these individuals. And let's broaden that perspective and bring in any conflict that is going on in the world right now, whether it's between individuals or between nations. Whatever the scale, let's see that love and light that is the Christ light radiating from us and radiating from each and every one of those involved, attracting the greatest good for all of humankind. Let's broaden our scope and include Ukraine, the borders with Russia, and see the peace that is there, the love, the light. Without exception, we each and every one of us have that Christ light in us. All of the decision makers on both sides radiating this Christ light, opening their hearts to the highest good, to the guiding light of God that is within us all. So you see, we're living a creative act together. This creative act of seeing the light of Christ in everyone. We don't have to say a word. Thank you for joining me in that. This creative act. If you were here last week, you remember we did some things a little different. We gathered in a circle and discussed the message immediately afterwards. We're going to do that today, but we're going to do it when we conclude what we normally think of as the service. So that's why we have the pews arranged in this different configuration in the back. So we can gather in a circle as equals and discuss this idea of living as a creative act. It's easy to see the good things in our life as part of being a creative act, but sometimes it's harder to see those things that we don't normally think of as good, as being part of a creative act. So maybe we can talk about some of that. I'd like to sing a song for you before we move on with the service. This song is one written by Daniel Nahmod, and I've never sung it here before. And I'm going to do it a little bit slower than he does because the words are so beautiful that when he sings it, they go by so fast, my mind doesn't have time to catch up. You know, our feelings, our emotions, they work so much faster than our intellect. The intellect is always, it seems to be lagging behind. And that's why we can be angry and speaking words in anger before our mind has a chance to say, hey, whoa, wait a minute, do you really want to say that? And so I'm going to slow the song down a little bit. And it makes this analogy to water. To water, how water flows. How water flows downhill towards the ocean, not uphill, away from the ocean. You see, I want to be like water running down the mountain to the sea. And who is the sea? What is the sea? God, the one presence, the one power that's always with us. So you see the water, by relaxing like the water, we're moving towards that presence of God in our life. I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I've sailed through the storm instead of stopping to rest. It always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain in the shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. Guess he knows every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain in the shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I've railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. It always seems when I let go, expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me, yeah. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain in a shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, and uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I am bound for the sea. Thank you so much. Patrick, would you volunteer to collect the offering for me today? Thank you, sir. We're going to sing a song by Amy. She used to be our song leader for a good long time ago. It's called All That I Have. Debbie's going to play. All that we have is all that we give. We gratefully share Let's bless this offering together as we affirm divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive. If you've been joining us online, I'd like to give you a personal welcome and thank you. You are always welcome to come down here to Unity of Huntsville on Governor's Drive and walk through those doors and share in this experience in person. I know it's different. You just got to get out of them jammies and put on some clothes. We also invite you, if you feel moved to freely give from your heart, go to unityofhuntsville.org. Click on that donate button where you may securely give. We'd love for you to share this experience with everyone you meet, with that most powerful vision of seeing the Christ in every single person you encounter. That same Christ that is in you. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we hope to see you walk through those doors next Sunday.